I connected this to my hair because I'm about to separate, or more so blend this because I have to redo the front of my hair. I've been walking around looking like who did it and why, and I have some upcoming things that I need to look presentable for. So yeah, but today's topic, I came across this Substack um, article. It was about, you know how people be feeling some type of way when they basically build a person up for the next person. I think I've learned to like not love that, but I've learned to be okay with that because I do have like a really, 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 really huge history of building people up for whoever it is that comes into their life after me. And you know, I'll be okay with the idea of not continuing whatever it is that we had going on because you know you have to understand some people they just don't got it like that. And that's not to sound like I'm above anybody, but people literally don't be having it like that. And people have to understand that we're put on this earth to help each other. So if you're not learning from someone, who can you learn from? Because you're not going to have all the answers. That's the thing. So I think people don't think about that in, in that way. Yeah, people don't really think about it like that. But at the same time, there's a solution for if you're tired of that shit. If you're tired of that shit, start choosing yourself. Stop being a people pleaser. Start choosing yourself. Start doing what you can to make sure that you're being poured into the next time. That don't do nothing but come from the tendencies of being a people pleaser. Stop people pleasing. Choose yourself. And that's not to be hard on the people that, you know, feel like they continue to pour into people and don't receive anything back. But at a point in time, you gotta pay attention. You know, you're so tired of it. What are you gonna do about it? Besides complain and feel resentment and whatever else. I've just learned to let all of that go. Let it go. Start pouring back into yourself. Because I think there's a lack of self love that comes with that. When you can obviously see that you're basically trying to prove a point to somebody. Stop trying to prove points to people. I feel like if it really bothers you, you're going to have to learn how to be the villain at some point. You're going to have to learn to be okay with being a villain. If you're not okay with being a villain, you're going to continue to find yourself in these situations where people are taking from you, people are learning from you, and then they're on to the next. That's just how life goes, though. And I think people take life too seriously. Don't take it serious until it's time to be serious. Like, all of this shit is really like a test run. It's like a trial. Think of it as like a 30-day trial before you actually start to subscribe to the stuff that it comes with. It's just a test run. It's honestly not that deep. But of course, people are going to make it seem as if it's deep because life, trauma, whatever else. I get it. I do. But being in the position that I'm in now, I'm starting to really understand the principle behind it all. You know, yeah, you put blood, sweat, and tears into that person. That do sound kind of like, you know, crazy. But sometimes you just got to look back and be like, if I wasn't going to help him, who was? You really have to start changing your perspective about stuff. Yes, that was the case that you poured into them more than they poured into you, and more than you poured into yourself. But what else could you think about the situation? Like, that's one less hurt person walking around hurting other people. Just have to think about it in different ways. Don't hold on to it as if it's like a bad thing. Because think about it, somebody had to, well, not everybody, damn. I was about to say somebody had to fix you, but somebody had to show you some type of grace in a moment of you giving them a hard time. Nobody's perfect. I tell you that now. Like I used to swear up and down, girl, like I'm so perfect. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these people. And baby, I wasn't perfect. Like looking back now, I be seeing all the shit I did wrong. Nobody's perfect. So you have to understand, give people grace. And if it really gets to that point where you're sick of that shit, girl, start choosing yourself. Start choosing yourself. Start being more firm with your boundaries. Start standing up for yourself. Start actually, you know, having a cutoff period where it's like, okay, I could do this for you, but I'm not gonna, do everything. Be more firm. It's all about accountability. Like, yeah, you did this, but why did you go that far? Why did you allow yourself to get that far? You had that much empathy for them. Why you don't got the empathy for yourself? Question is, now you're left sad and feeling this way and that way, feeling like don't nobody ever stick with you. Stick with yourself. Be there for yourself. It's not an easy journey, I'll tell you that, but you got to start somewhere, or you're going to continue to find yourself in these situations where you're pouring into other people more than you're pouring into yourself, or more than they're pouring to you, or more than they can even pour into you, because you have the knowledge to be able to utilize certain things. You have the ability to be able to love. Why not give that to yourself? And that way you can attract people that knows how to do that. You're steady going around trying to fix everybody. Of course you're attracting more broken souls. You walking around like you the doctor and shit. God, like girl, gotta lock in and be logical. Start healing yourself. Heal your pain. Whatever wound it is that's causing you to feel like you gotta be the savior for people. Heal that. Let that shit the fuck go. Or you're gonna continue to feel like you need to be the savior. You're gonna continue to feel like you're the damn, I don't want to say parent of the relationship, but I tell you, I had a moment, a period where I felt like a fucking parent. I literally had to keep telling myself, like, girl, you don't have no kids. You birthed nobody. You gave birth to nobody. You don't have no kids. Therefore, you should not be walking around feeling like you got to do this and that for this person. You shouldn't be walking around feeling like, oh, like, let me do this for them because I know they never had this before. Like, have you ever had it before? They can't give it to you. So what you gonna do about that? You literally can't be. I'm not gonna say you can't be mad. It sounds like I'm invalidating feelings and stuff, but it gotta come to a point where you're more accountable for the things that you do on your behalf. Even if you don't pay attention to it, it comes to a moment where you have to pay attention to it. You have to realize where you're going wrong as a person. You feel like you're always doing these good things, but you're still receiving bad in the end. Pause. Stop. Stick with self. Pay attention to what's going on inside and realize, why is that? Why do I feel like I have to be the one that makes people feel as if they have someone when I don't got nobody? What are you going to do about that? Stop trying to fix these people. If it really hurt that bad, stop trying to fix people. Gotta be. Just stop. Just stop. And that sounds so stern, it does, but it's the reality of it. I be telling people all the time, girl, they're not gonna be there for you. Who the fuck is gonna be there for you? When you have the ability, you see you have the power, the ability to be there for somebody. So let that somebody be you. Stop trying to fix everybody. That's not your job. It's not your profession. You didn't sign up for that. You didn't come on earth to fix the world. Some people didn't come on earth to fix the world. Some people came on earth to fulfill a whole nother purpose. And you over here handing out band-aids and shit. Gotta chill. Gotta chill. But yeah, no. I don't feel like I've ever really felt like that was like a issue. Like I knew I was attracting broken people. At a point, I did know, I did recognize that, but it wasn't necessarily an issue. And I know that I've always, I don't know how to explain it. I don't even think I should get into it, honestly. And maybe that's why I can't explain it. But it's just a matter of paying attention to your actions, realizing where you're going wrong, and reassessing. Like, all of these emotions are valid, all of these things are valid. But you have to figure out the common denominator. Why am I constantly feeling like I have to be Captain Save-A-Ho in the nicest way possible? Why am I constantly feeling like I have to show this person different because they went through this? Like, girl, you didn't put them through that. So why are you cleaning up damage that somebody else did? Why am I being a janitor? The fuck? Hell no. What the hell? Yeah, no. That's dead wood. So dead, so dead. Anyways, that's all I have to say. I'm about to get to my hair stuff. I just washed my hair with the braids in. Yes, I did, because I'm only taking the front part down because it's braided to the scalp, and I think I'm gonna do individual. I'm not braiding the back; it's already there. I'm not doing all of that. So yeah, that's not y'all business, but I had to tell y'all anyways. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Hope you had fun. Hope you learned something. Oh, I love you. Have a lovely day. I'll see you later.